Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV. We can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new REVIT Ladies Monroe Jacket, available at RevZilla.com. To my left, we have the new Monroe coming in around that $300 mark. It's a nice addition to the REVIT line. I look at it as a 3 to 4 season multi-purpose textile. If we look at it, it has a baked-in Hydrotex line or waterproof breathable. There's a little bit of ventilation that's direct to the body, which is going to cover you starting to stretch into the summer, but you do have that full season thermal lining. So again, you're going to get fall, winter, spring, rock solid, and then depending on your temperature tolerance, with these couple of vents open, you might be able to stretch it a little bit into the summer, but again, without a full vent configuration, it's not going to breathe as well as something that has that really 3-season warm weather orientation. If we look at it, it's going to be the baby sister to something like the Lady Sand, which is super aggressive and is going to be much more rugged, with a much more hardcore 4-season appeal, but you're going to spend another $150. So it's nice to see REVIT do 4 colors with a lot of functionality with a great armor setup coming in and hitting this price. The other pieces to keep in mind is you're looking at an outer shell, which carries a really nice style. You're seeing PowerShell 600 Dobby, which has that great texture to it. And this is the first time we're seeing PowerShell 450, which they call polyester dull, which again has that nice contrasting tone. 4 colors here. This is your olive black. There's going to be an all black, a silver black, and then a black silver. So again, whether you're on a 12GS or whether you're ripping around town on something a little bit more cafe inspired, you're going to get a good option from this jacket with full coverage and really nearly 4-season functionality. Now, quick note on sizing. Deidre to my left. 5'8", 140. She's got an athletic build. She's got long arms. She's wearing a size 38. You can notice she has full coverage on her arms with room to spare, and then it's going to be hip length. So again, it's configured to take a pair of pants with it and not be that full hardcore adventure, but be a nice multi-season touring kind of style. But they did give it some rugged accents, especially here in the olive. Stitching across the shoulder, you're going to see some of the way that the adjustability comes into play and even some of the light quilting and stitching as you move down on it. Remember, use a size chart. You can always talk to a lady gear geek by giving us a shout if you have questions. And as always, we're going to ship for free over $39. Don't worry about it there if you are concerned about how it might fit on your frame. It is a bit more of a touring cut from REVIT. As always, as I get into the rest of my details as well, click right there. Leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback after you subscribe to us at RevZilla TV, ladies. I'd love to keep you updated with the latest ladies gear reviews that we're constantly rolling out. Now, if we look at some of the other pieces on the front here that pull this together so nicely, you're going to see a synthetic leather roll at the collar so it's not going to chafe. You have your basic 5-way adjustable snap from REVIT that gives you the ability to cinch it down or open it up depending on the time of the year. You have your classic REVIT collar snapback or loop back there that's going to allow you to open it up and get better ventilation in warmer times of the year. And you'll notice too, when I expose it there, it's that tricot lining, which is that micro fleece that's going to make sure it doesn't chafe either. Moving down, light reflectivity across the chest, and then you move down and see some of the pocket configuration and articulation work its way in as you make it into the sleeve as well. And you'll also notice here in the cuff, it's going to be basic, single Velcro design, giving you plenty of availability to cinch it down. You can go under cuff or over cuff with a gauntlet, depending on the gloves you're wearing. But again, in multi-season conditions, you do have that flexibility. Note the pockets here on the front. A lot of times on guys' jackets, they'll allow your pockets to expand out. What REVIT's done is they've given you room behind the pocket to expand in. So as you start to add more things to it, it's not going to throw the line of this jacket off. They've been very conscious about maintaining the style factor here. And then other pieces that make it even more flexible. Here on the front, you're going to have these 2 loops for the REVIT HV connector vest, and then on the inside you could add the Challenger Cooling Vest as well. So again, you're able to beef up the flexibility and functionality. Now, Deidre, turn and face away from me. If we look at this shoulder, again, Deidre has an athletic build, but sitting on top of her shoulder is going to be the Knox Flexform Armor, CE rated in the shoulder, as well as the elbow as you work your way down. Note the REVIT logo right there. That's going to be backed by reflectivity, and again, it's done in leather as a nice accent. If Deidre raises her arm, this is one of the other cool features about the Monroe. In the front, you have an anchor point, and then you have an area of adjustability to allow you to cinch it down depending on your shape. Along the back, you have this area of adjustability called the REVIT rail system there. So we've seen this on other jackets, allows you to taper where that cinch line is going to go. Again, creating a more clean line, giving you better ergonomics. The other thing you'll notice underneath here is that small zipper, and that small zipper is going to be your only direct vent on either side. So this is why it only gets that 3.5 season cold weather rating from me, because while it is a direct vent, venting directly to the body using the REVIT VCS or Aqua Defense system, which is patented, you do not have any additional vents to go with it. So small vents, which will be minimal in their airflow. Moving down into the hip, notice basic Velcro with a 2-inch gusset, and then Deidre, turn backwards for me all the way. Move your hair for me. Nice high collar, Moving your way down, you're going to see some of these accents done in a really angular fashion to kind of accentuate the line of the jacket. They are reflective. You see your polyester dull material come in. It has that nice texture to it. And then even some of the accent stitching along the back, they've done a great job from a style standpoint here. And when you get down here into the seat, you'll also notice if you flip this inside out, you would see a short connection zipper to marry this to any REVIT pant, or you might go with the belt loop option if you're connecting it to jeans. Now, Deidre, come back around to the front for me. I'll also note that the back armor is not included. You would add a REVIT C-Soft Type RV to be the back protector option to take you to level 2. Now, open it up for me. You're going to see, because the waterproofing is baked in, notice it's a double storm cuff at the front here. Let's un-Velcro first. You notice the way that this comes down. There's your rain gutter there, because remember, your Hydrotex lining that's waterproof, breathable, is non-removable. And as you open it up, you're going to see there's your full sleeve quilted liner. Notice it zips in very simply. And if we come over to this side, you're going to see there's a pocket, and the way to zip it out would be a snap and then a zipper, fully removable, mesh lined on the inside. There are my loops for the REVIT Cooling Vest, that Challenger. So again, if you are riding in the summer, you open up those two vents, you can open it at the collar, add the REVIT Cooling Vest, which is evaporative cooling, and again, it gives you the ability to thwart Mother Nature when they're really throwing heat and humidity on you for a longer distance ride. They always say that when you get to 90 degrees and the relative humidity is high, you're just blasting yourself with hot air. Really, that air circulation is not going to help you. It's the evaporative cooling effect is really where you have to take it if you want to stay cool while you're riding. Zip it back up for me. So remember, the Monroe is really the baby sister from a technicality and functionality standpoint to the REVIT Sand for ladies. But again, you're saving $150. It has a great unique style to it, and it's a very flexible jacket that can be worn in a lot of different riding styles and scenarios. As always, the next step in your journey is to click right here, read other lady rider reviews of the REVIT Monroe at RevZilla.com. You don't have to take my word for it. If you want to talk to a lady gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown of the new REVIT Monroe. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla TV, our YouTube channel. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.